Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am sharing 4 must-try spring recipes. I'm going to start with these steak kebabs with chimichurri. You guys will love these. The steak and vegetables are nice and tender. The chimichurri is the perfect complement with fresh cilantro and parsley. To make 6 kebabs, I am using 1 pound of sirloin tips, 1 yellow bell pepper cut into large chunks. You can see about how big the pieces are here. I'm also going to use some grape tomatoes and 1/4 of a red onion, also cut into large pieces. I'm going to spray my kebabs with olive oil. You can brush it if you don't have a sprayer, and then add some salt and pepper. The sirloin tips that I am using in this recipe I received in my Butcher Box, and they were absolutely delicious. I want to thank Butcher Box for sponsoring this video. They are an excellent service. I've talked about them before, but I want to tell you a little bit about them quickly. So they deliver quality meat right to your door. They have organic chicken, grass-fed and grass-finished beef, which is important, heritage breed pork, and the best wild-caught salmon. Seriously, the best salmon I've ever made. We have really enjoyed the boxes that we've received, and Butcher Box is giving my viewers an excellent deal. You will get $20 off plus 2 free packs of bacon and 2 free packs of breakfast sausage. So you can use the link in the description box to check out Butcher Box. They have different boxes available. You can create your own box. They have some that they put together for you, and you can add things on, different sizes. So very great for all different family sizes and to meet your needs. So the link will be in the description box below. When I make kebabs, I usually do 1 full kebab, and then I just line up all of the skewers and just repeat the pattern so they all look the same. It really does not matter. You can make them however you want, and you can even play around with different vegetables, whatever you have available in your area or whatever you have on hand. If you have zucchini, that would be great, or summer squash. Just play around with it. I like to add different colors because it's a great variety of vegetables, but also it looks nice. And then once you have those all assembled, you'll just want to either brush them or spray them with some olive oil. This will help them not to stick to the grill. And then you'll just season them with a little salt and pepper. You'll want to grill them for 4 minutes on each side, depending on how well done you like your steak. We usually like our steak medium, so if you like it a little more well done, you can cook it a little longer on each side. To make the chimichurri, to a bowl, add 1 large handful of chopped parsley, 1 large handful of chopped cilantro, 1 clove of minced garlic, about a tablespoon or so of olive oil. The measurements don't have to be exact. A tablespoon or so of red wine vinegar. Also add 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, salt and pepper to taste, and then mix it together. You can adjust it a little bit to your liking, and this is what it looks like when it's done. You'll just want to drizzle the chimichurri over the kebabs. So delicious, guys. You definitely need to try it, and let me know if you do. I always love to hear your feedback from recipes. I get inspired to create more recipes when you guys let me know that you try them. I also wanted to share this spinach salad with poppy seed dressing. I've shared this before, but it's been at least 5 years, I think. I always get asked for the recipe for the salad when I serve it or bring it to someone's home for dinner. It's just the perfect spring salad. So it's great with so many different things, but also great to bring to a potluck. It would be great for your Easter dinner as a salad to go along with your ham or whatever you have. It's delicious, so a must try. To make the salad, you will need 1 pound of baby spinach, 3 stalks of celery sliced, 3 green onions sliced, 15-ounce can of mandarin oranges drained, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella, a half cup of slivered almonds, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. You'll want to add the spinach, celery, green onion, and mandarin oranges to a large bowl. For the poppy seed dressing, add 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon dry mustard, 1 teaspoon salt, and 5 tablespoons of white vinegar to a bowl or jar with a tight fitting lid. I will have all of the recipes typed out in the description box below, so you can just scroll down and find those. And you will gradually add 1 cup of canola oil to thicken, then add 1½ teaspoons of grated onion and 1½ teaspoons of poppy seed. I find it best to shake well in a bowl with a lid, then add it to a dressing bottle. You don't have to add it to a dressing bottle if you don't have one, but I like to do that. One of the best parts of this salad is the almonds. In a small skillet over medium heat, saute the almonds and sugar. These will burn very quickly, especially when they start to get coated with the sugar. So you'll just want to stir them and watch them carefully, because I have burned them before. They burn really quickly, but if you watch them, you'll be just fine. And you'll want to let those cool completely before you add them to your salad. I like to add the mozzarella and the almonds right before serving, and I actually like to keep the dressing on the side, because if there's any leftover salad, that way it's not going to get really soggy. Next we have broccoli salad. This is a great side dish. I have seen this in different varieties at potlucks pretty much every time we have one at church. It's very popular, and there are several different ways to make it. I got this recipe from Food Network. It is a Trisha Yearwood recipe, so I will go ahead and link the recipe for the measurements, and that way it'll give her a little credit and maybe a little bit of traffic when you guys go over there, because I am using her recipe. So pretty easy to make. You'll need some broccoli, mayonnaise, chopped onion, sugar, raisins, and sesame seeds. Her recipe calls for ½ pound of bacon. Well, I think you can never have too much bacon, so I just put the whole pound in there, and no one complained about it. And the best way to bake bacon is to put it on a cookie sheet with parchment paper and pop it in the oven. Okay, you just make the dressing. I put it right in the bowl that I was going to serve it in. It makes it easy because you're going to add everything to that bowl anyway. And then for the broccoli, you just want to boil water, add your broccoli, and just cook it for about 3 minutes. Drain it and run some cold water over it to stop the cooking process. That's really important, or you might have mushy salad. And when the broccoli is completely cooled, you'll add it to the dressing and then add in the bacon and sesame seeds and just mix everything together really well. You'll want to refrigerate this for at least an hour, just so that everything can really marry together and the flavors can intensify. It's really good. It's quite a different combination with raisins, sesame seed, bacon, and broccoli, but it's very good. Next, I want to share this breakfast sausage casserole. I've shared this before because we have this every Christmas morning. I got the recipe from John's grandma years ago because she used to make it all the time, and it is a tradition of ours to have it on Christmas. Well, I'm sharing it in this spring recipe video because I think it's perfect for Easter morning as well. You can make it the night before. It's actually better if you make it the night before, and then just pop it in the oven in the morning and serve it with some fresh fruit, maybe some potatoes or biscuits or bread, and it is fabulous. You will need 6 eggs, 1 pound of breakfast sausage, mine is from Butcher Box, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 6 slices of bread with the crust removed, and then you'll want to cube that, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 teaspoon of salt, So it's very easy. You just brown the sausage and then drain it and add everything to a bowl and mix it together. I like to spray my dish with olive oil or cooking spray so that it doesn't stick. And I find that it's better if you refrigerate it overnight and then bake it in the morning, but you can bake it right away if you need to. My sweet potato hash, this is just for 3 people. I have 2 sweet potatoes cubed, 3 green onions chopped, salt, pepper, and a little olive oil, and then I just bake it at about 425 degrees for, I would say, maybe 40 minutes until it gets nice and crispy, and then you can serve that with the breakfast casserole and some fruit, and it's a great breakfast. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. Definitely let me know if you give them a try. And if you are interested, I will have the link for the Butcher Box deal. It's a great deal. It will be in my description box below. Have a wonderful day, guys.